Hello investors, welcome to the channel. For today's video, we're going to be going through one simple option strategy that's going to help you grow your small account portfolio. We're going to be going over the strike prices, we're going to be going over your break even, and most importantly, we're going to be going over your premium you receive, which is going to allow you to grow your small accounts portfolio. Now, if you're new to options trading or you're trying to use options in order to generate some extra income to supplement your regular 9 to 5, then you so happen to stop onto the right video. Welcome to Investment Gains. Let's jump right into it. Welcome back, investors and future investors. My name is Tim, and on this channel, I show you how I use my portfolio in order to make consistent income. And you can too if you were to learn the option strategies. Remember, try not to focus on your option premium you're going to receive. Try not to focus too much on the stocks. If you were to learn the option strategies, then that's going to benefit you in the long run. Now, today's option strategy is going to be none other than the cash secured put. I'm going to show you how this is a selling option strategy that's going to allow you to grow your options portfolio consistently and safely over time. So for today's video, we're going to be assuming that you're trading with a small account, and we're going to be assuming that a small account is going to be any amount below $10,000 and any amount above $2,000. Now, if you're trading with an account less than $2,000, do not worry. There are option strategies that you can use in order to grow that micro account. Now, if you are interested in those micro option strategies, feel free to go over the playlist on my channel. That playlist is named Options for Small Account, where you're going to find these micro option strategies to help you grow your small account. For the rest of you that's trading with an account over $2,000, then let's go ahead and get into this video. Now, for today's option video, we're going to be using Mara Holdings, ticker MARA. Now, despite how many videos you've seen or despite how many books you've read, there's only one sure way in order for you to increase your option knowledge, and that is to get your hands dirty with options trading. And the only way you can do that is by practice, practice, practice. That being said, let's go ahead and get down and dirty with options. So we're going to go ahead right now and we're going to go into trade Mara options to the bottom. And what that's going to do is that it's going to go ahead and it's going to open up the option chain. Now, for those of you that are new to option, what the option chain is, which is this area right here, the option chain gives us enough information in order for us to be able to make a more informed decision. If you're new to options, I highly suggest that you do some more in-depth research about the option chain and how it works. This is going to help make you a better options trader. Now, before we get into this actual example of this trade, I need you guys to do yourself two favors. Favor number one, always make sure you do your own due diligence before investing. Favor number two, always make sure you have an exit plan before entering any options contract. Now let's go ahead and continue. Now the cash secured option strategy is a bullish option strategy, and you're going to see that as we go further into the video. The cash secured put is also a selling option strategy. Now, whenever you do a sell option strategy, that allows you to generate some kind of premium, and that premium is what's going to allow you to grow your small account portfolio. So to get into the cash secured put, we must first go to sell, and we're going to go to put. We're going to choose our strike date. Just for the purposes of this video, remember, this is just an example. I'm not suggesting anyone do this trade. We're going to go to the strike date of February 28th. Also, if you guys want to know my criteria for choosing a strike date, just go ahead and check out the video right before this one. It actually shows you my thought process when choosing my strike date. Hopefully that helps you out. Now, with the sell and the put highlighted and our expiration date of February 28th, now we're going to go ahead and we're going to choose our strike price. Now for this option strategy, the cash secured put, you could either choose your strike price out of the money, which is going to be above the current share price, or you could choose it in the money. It's all up to you. In order to make this option strategy the most effective, it's highly advisable that you choose your strike price below the current share price. So we're going to choose the strike price below the current share price. And as you can see, the share price is 16.91 per share. So we're going to be going with the 15.5 strike price for this video. Now, with the 15.5 strike price, we're going to be having a chance of profitability, as you can see to the top here. The chance of profitability is going to be a 75% chance of profitability. Now, in my humble opinion, I think a chance of profitability of 75% by doing this cash secured put on this stock is pretty decent. So with the 15.5 strike price and a 75% chance of profitability, you're going to be receiving a premium. The premium you're going to be receiving is going to be 0.42 or 42 cents. Now, for those of you new to options, each option contract is multiplied by 100 shares. So your 42 cents here in actuality is going to work out to be $42. We're going to go ahead, we're going to hit continue. Now, as you can see to the top here, the cash secured put. The cash secured put is one of the simplest option strategies to perform. But do not let that get to your head. We're going to go through the ways in which this trade could go in order for you to maximize your gains and learn how to choose your option strategies. Now, before we go ahead and see the ways in which this trade could go come expiration date, I want to highlight something. The one difference between trading a small options portfolio and a large options portfolio is only going to come down to your portfolio size. So, for instance, if you're able to trade, let's say, five contracts as you can see here, then you're now going to be making, instead of $42, you're going to be making $209. That is the only difference. So I highly advise you that you try to focus on learning the option strategies. For this video, we're going to be sticking to just one contract. So with the one contract, we're going to be making $41.96. Let's just round it up to $42. In case you guys wondering where the 4 cents goes to, the 4 cents is mandated by the SEC, is the price you pay per trade. So the $42 you receive here, the first thing that's of integral importance is that $42 is yours to keep no matter how this trade goes. And that $42 is what helps you to grow your small accounts portfolio. Now, come expiration date, there's a couple ways in which this trade could go. So, come expiration date of February 28th, if this share price right here is trading at any price above the strike price you chose, which is 15.5, so any price above this 15.5 here, then you're going to get to keep your $42. This $42 is yours to keep no matter how this trade goes. And that's why on this channel, I focus on only selling option strategies. Now, in addition to the $42 that you get, you're going to have your collateral released back to you. Now, in order for you to do the cash secured put, you must leave a collateral. The collateral is going to be whatever your strike price is. So in this case, it's going to be 15.5, and we're going to multiply that by 100 shares. Remember, we just touched on every option contract is multiplied by 100 shares. So in order to do the cash secured put, you must have a minimum of $1,550 in your portfolio. Once you go ahead and you execute this trade, then Robinhood is going to hold that $1,550 in your portfolio as a reserve as your cash secured put. And that money is going to be held there until the expiration of this contract. So like I was saying, if the share price is above the 15.5 come expiration date, then that $1,550 is going to be released back to you. And then you're allowed to do this trade over and over again. Now, strike price selection. For the purposes of this video, I use a very conservative strike price of 15.5. However, I have been trading this stock for a very long time. So if I were to choose my strike price, I would go with the $16 strike price because although it gives me a less chance of profitability right here, I receive more premium. And the $16 strike price is a risk I'm willing to take on this stock. Now, if you're less risk adverse and you're trying your best not to get assigned, then feel free to go ahead and choose a strike price even lower than the 15.5. In this case, the $15 strike price. You're going to be increasing your chance of profitability to an 80% chance of profitability. However, you're going to be reducing the amount of income you're going to be receiving. So your income is going to be reduced from $42 to $29. Now, when doing any option contract, any selling option contract, try your best not to focus on the nominal value of your returns. This tricks a lot of people and this is what gets people greedy. Instead, try to focus on your percentage return. So if you were to do this trade right now, your percentage return is going to be about 2.7%, almost 3%. Now, at the end of the month, because this is almost 2 weeks out, at the end of the month, your return is going to be around 5.5%, closer to 6%. Now, if there's any other return out there in the market that gives you a 6% return this conservatively, please let me know in the comments below. Now, like I was saying, if I were to go up and choose my strike price, then my percentage return is going to be increased even further. It's going to be closer to 5%. And if you were to reduce your premium to $29, then your return is going to be less. But remember, the returns you're going to be making doing options is still going to be higher than what you're going to get if you were to buy and hold any option strategy. Remember, options is not for anyone. But if you're willing to take that risk and you're willing to be consistent and you're willing to be safe, then there's probably a future in options trading for you. Now, come expiration date, there's another way this trade could go. Come February 28th, if this share price here of 16.91 happens to fall below your 15.5 strike price, then now, once again, we still get to keep that $42. Remember, this is ours to keep no matter how the trade goes. But then now we're going to be assigned. Assignment is not a bad thing. What assignment in this case means is that at that expiration date, we will be forced to buy 100 shares of Mara at a 15.5 strike price. So now you're going to lose your $1,500 that you left as collateral, but instead you're going to have 100 shares of the stock. Which brings me to a very important point. The number one rule when doing a cash secured put is to always do it on a good stock, number one. And number two, always do it on a stock that you do not mind owning in your portfolio if the trade goes against you. The cash secured put is what I consider to be a win-win option strategy, and let me show you how. At expiration date, if the strike price is trading at above the 15.5, then you win because you get to keep your $42 and then you get to have your collateral released back to you and you're now able to do the trade again. That's one win. Come expiration date once again, if the share price now trades below your 15.5 strike price, then once again you keep your $42, but now you're going to be assigned the shares. So this is another win. The reason why it's another win is that now you have 100 shares of a stock you wanted to own in your portfolio at a reduced value. Now, for those of you that made it this far into the video, you guys are the real option trader. So let's get into a bit more detail. So we're going to go over your break even right now. If you were to do this option strategy right now at the 15.5, Robinhood is telling you that your break even, as you can see to the top here, is going to be 1507. The reason why they got a break even is 15.7 is that they're going to reduce your strike price of 1550. They're going to subtract the premium which you receive, which is 1542. So that's going to give you the 1507. What that allows you to do, your premium allows you to lower what's called your cost basis. So if you were to get assigned at 15.5, then your average cost is no longer going to be 15.5, it's going to be 15.07, taking into account the $42 of premium that you received. So your break even is another thing you need to remember when doing your cash secured put. Now, to sum it all up, the cash secured put is a perfect option strategy if you're trading with a small account that you're trying to grow consistently over time. I would highly recommend the cash secured put if you're getting started into options because it is one of the safer option strategies out there. It's going to be a bit of a challenge if you're trading with a very small or micro account portfolio. So if you do insist on doing the cash secured put on a micro portfolio, then make sure you get a stock that suits with your portfolio that does not have a lot of inherent risk. The cash secured put is what's known as a win-win option strategy. Does not matter how the trade goes, you always keep winning. Remember, even when you don't win, you still win. So if you are assigned the shares, remember all that means is that now you have 100 shares or more of a stock that you actually wanted to own in your portfolio in the first place. The difference is now you have it at a much reduced cost. So hopefully this summarizes how the cash secured put can help anyone grow with a small account portfolio. So go ahead, like the video, subscribe to the channel. If you guys have any question on how to grow a small account portfolio, even if it's not with the cash secured put, Let me know in the comments below. Most importantly, feel free to go ahead and share this video with anyone struggling to grow a small account portfolio. And until the next video, keep pushing your investments.